Hit Season 2.
She's like looking through her hands. She's like, oh, it's still on me. God, why are they doing this to me? It's good to show your face and be happy about being down here, especially if you're an Armani fan, if you're a Samsung fan. You should show your face and show your
I've
support.
been on camera a few times here, and I usually dance when it happens. They turn it off real fast. That's actually the way to do it. Just dance as poorly as Wolf does, and you'll get off camera real quick. But
yeah,
this is now a match that Generic could lose, and they could potentially lose their first place spot. In this next match if Solar is able to take the win.
Kind of a weird spot for Jin Air, you know. I feel like they were 100% favored coming into this one. The only one that I thought Samsung would win was actually the reality game. Didn't quite work out that way as well. Trap is, you know, he was like the weakest link for Jin Air, but he's the only person who's won so far. So kind of a wonky day here for Jin Air.
Yeah. Definitely not what they would like to have. So we're actually going to be getting into that game very soon. The map is Dust Towers, I believe?
Frozen Temple.
Frozen Temple. Okay.
You just like want to only play Dust Towers today.
I'm sorry, everybody. This is
just wait for the SSL. Maybe we'll get it like 17 times in a row again.
This is the only matchup today that I don't have the sheets for some reason. So like I just can't see the maps in front of me. But anyway, yeah, Rogue is 6-0. 6-0.
He doesn't lose to Zerg. He just doesn't do that thing. It looks like he's got a negative win ratio in his other matchups. Overall, he's 4-5 in the other two matchups.
He's like never beaten a non-Zest Protoss before. By the way, I just want to bring this up again. Like, he can only beat Zest in CVP, but he's lost to every other Protoss this season.
Now, tasteless votes for Solar here. The base taste, he doesn't want to join us again. He's just got to be that one guy who just takes the different prediction.
Well, this may bring us to an ace match again, Valdez, if Rogue can take it.
Could happen. It looks like that's pretty likely coming into this one. Let's see how it goes down in game number 4. Down here in the bottom right, in the blue, the Zerg player, it's Solar.
And up to the top left, in green, it is Rogue. Legendary Green Wings. Looking to force that ace match.
Let's see if this log can roll over Solar today. You just get up and walk away. I'm like, oh, I really must have pissed him off with that one.
Well, I mean, you really dropped the ball when you voted for reality. But, I mean, I can forgive these things because for some reason, everybody else did too, except Monday Caster. But he just always votes against what everyone else does, so I don't even have faith that he even believed that.
He's like on that Kanata strategy now. He's like, I'm so far behind, I can only catch up if I get it right and everybody gets it wrong. So I have to pick the player that's not favored to win, so that I can perhaps get the upset.
Well, at this point, like, Monday Caster and Taster are going to have to threaten the favored players' families as well and do this to, like, catch up, man. Like, but you and I up in the front lines, although you might be...
You're in first now.
Yep.
Me and GTR in second. Dan actually had a bad day yesterday. He voted for Solar. Never a good idea, in my opinion. I mean, Solar's a great player, but
it was a good idea 6 months ago, but not right now.
Yeah, for sure. Poor guy. See if he can get back on the horse. Here's an opportunity up against Rogue. He opens up very safe with the pool first. Rogue just goes for the hats first.
He's going to make 6 lings because he didn't drone scout, and he's going to go over and see what he can get done with that. He might be able to kill a few drones, but not much else. And he's going to drone up himself. Going to hide this from the Overlord.
Yeah, going the long way around.
So Rogue is only making 2 lings right now. If he makes a few more drones, he might not have enough larvae, and this could be one of those situations where drones have to defend with like a queen, you know, the 2 queens are getting closer. He's even saying these 2 lings are across, so it would be 0 lings versus 6 when these arrive. And he
nice
sees
little cute move.
He sees the Overlord of Rogue as well, so he's like waiting until he can even get past the Overlord. He's like, I want no chance for you to defend this, but Rogue will send those 2 lings back. He's just going to dance around to buy time. The queen's in her slot. And in fact, good mic right here by Solar to isolate the 2 lings. Only 1 drone goes down, if I'm not mistaken.
Believe so.
And there you go. 3rd queen's going to pop out speed faster here for Rogue. And Solar, you know, that's all he could have really tried to hope for with the safer build he chose. I suppose you could argue that if he just didn't make the links at all, it would have been a different situation, but, you know, like he would still have like a decent drone count.
Either way, very even game so far. Gonna transition here. It seems like a lair first for Solar, and
yeah, I heard that Kanata, oh, you know, and I'm like, yeah, well, it's gonna be a really quick lair. Ooh. And it's
that's
already
what he does when
halfway
he
done.
looks. That's what he does when he looks at his prediction rate this season.
Yeah, he's actually. I think he actually might be. He might even have a lower rate than Chaser right now.
Yeah, he does. He was
like
down
really
below
low.
50% yesterday. Remember?
Yeah, it's like whoa. Predictions aren't everything, but I mean, they are everything to me. Where's reality?
It's the only reason why I cast this league. No, of course not. We're gonna have a lot.
Oh my god, actually, like, this is some heavy pressure, and builder-wise, this is really good for Rogue. He's just kind of sussed it out, as Australians would say.
Sussed it out.
Yeah, he sussed it out, man.
What does that even mean?
Like, he got suspicious, because sus is short for suspicious, so he got, I don't know, I don't know, ask Australians, man, he sussed it out.
He suspicioned it out.
Like,
here we go.
Like, I'm sure Maynard at home was like, everybody knows sussed it out. I know he's watching, too. Come on, you could suss out what suss it out means.
Getting deeper and deeper here. There is a tight wall here for Solar.
The Roach Warren is already under fire, though, and that is going to get taken out here. It doesn't matter for Solar because he wasn't planning on making roaches anyways, but he needs that wall to be tight. Queens are up here.
Lings alone are not going to be able to hold this, that is for sure.
He's remaking a Roach Warren as part of this wall again. Queens going down. He targets the Queens with the most energy. Drone's trying to buy time here.
And some roaches do pop out for Solar. Looks like he will just barely defend for now.
Yeah.
Loses 6 drones, but not the end of the world.
Good crisis management here for Solar. Now he's just going to poke at this. A Queen showed up. There's the Kanata. Oh,
whoa.
Again.
Yeah. Where'd she come from?
So he didn't commit to a Spire because he was so scared he was going to die to this like super aggressive attack. And he's remade the Roach Warren. But the problem is, I was just saying, I don't know if those roaches will save him because they're so late. He missed so many production cycles here. But back at home, Rogue is transitioning, actually. He's getting a 3rd base, +1, and a lair. And he's just trying to get an effective trade here. He can't stay anymore, though, because the Roach Warren was remade. I almost wonder if Rogue, because he doesn't have any scout information, is thinking like, okay, the mutas should be out any second, when in reality they're not, and he remade a Roach Warren. I wonder if that's what he's thinking right now. And he backs off as he sees more roaches. He's like, oh, he did remake the Roach Warren. And that's actually going to make him pretty comfortable to not make spores, obviously. It's still on his 3rd base.
Yeah.
So it's still a huge lead for Rogue, although he nearly won the game with that push.
I heard the ooh again.
Just keeps happening.
The Queen gets off creep. He's like, oh, they're slow? I didn't know.
I'm like, Kanata, man, you're really losing your touch.
Yeah, you were talking about a huge lead. This is like a super massive lead. He's up 15 drones and extra base. And he's not even that far behind on his tech. He is going to have the +1 out here ahead of Solar, in fact. And the speed is the thing that's going to be late, but by the next time they fight, he's going to have that anyway.
All right, well, that Overseer got out. So, close call there. That was the most action-packed part of this mid-game. As Rogue already has the drone count he needs, so he's spending larva on roaches to kill Solar, whereas Solar has to spend larva on drones to catch up, which means he's not making roaches. He's already behind. Oh, sick dodge. I'm trying to hype it up. Crowd's looking at me funny, but I mean.
So one Korean guy in the audience is like, what are you talking about anyway?
I'm like, oh, down it goes.
Those casters are so hype. We
We're
should
so
listen
hyped.
to the English cast.
The Invent post is like, I'm pretty sure the English casters know more about the game and they're more hyped than the Korean commentators. It's like gone full circle. DC Inside's like, no. Kyle, have you seen his prediction rate recently? Look at Wolf and Brennan and
Seems like
CTR.
the foreigners have, on average, a higher prediction rate.
I'm pretty sure the foreign commentators are more knowledgeable. Roach speed is done, and the Roaches are going to move across the map. The Ravager choice here is actually pretty smart. I believe these Roaches have +1 as well. Ooh, he's going to fight into a concave. I don't know if his Roach numbers are good enough for this.
That was close. He took a lot of damage there
He
from
still has
the
the number
Biles.
advantage,
He has
though.
way too much stuff.
+1,
Yeah.
and it doesn't matter about the Biles. There you have it.
This is like a punch in slow motion, and then now it's finally connecting with Solar. Finally came through, and that's going to be the game, and that means we're going to an ace match.
GG.
Once again, GG. Rogue taking the win. He extends his ZVZ record to 7-0.
All
Very
right.
impressive.
I'm going to say what no one's thinking, but everyone's going to get hyped. That one Samsung Jackets or Beast Samsung fan is going to like freak out. It's going to get a high-pitched voice. The best choice for Samsung in this ace match for fan service to end the year is Stork. We gotta have to see Stork.
That's true.
We gotta have to see Stork in the ace match. Okay, that's what I want. I want Stork versus Hyun, and we have the most epic ace match here.
Let's do it.
That's what I want. But we'll probably see Maru versus
Deer. The
yeah,
rematch.
Maru versus Deer, the rematch. What's the map? Do you have that in front of you? Because I lost
Frost.
that. Frost. Yeah, that's probably what we're at. But Stork, man, the Stork hype. There's one guy that's like, oh my god, it could really happen. It could happen.
He's jumping up and down. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. Actually, it's like 8 o'clock in the morning on the East Coast right now.
Yeah.
So,
all right, well, regardless, this game is very, very important for Jin Air. It will seed them directly to China, and they will take first place if they win this. So their choice, probably not going to be Hyun. But I would love to see a Hyun versus Stork matchup for the ace match. A man can dream.
man can dream, but sometimes your dreams don't come true. Well, if you have to make your dreams come true, you have to go over there and tell him that you want him to play.
Well, Stork's probably like twitching a little bit. I would give him the full Shia LaBeouf treatment, like, don't let your dreams just be dreams. Like, just do it. It's not gonna happen. Let's see though.
What if they like didn't send up a player and then Stork just like dives into the camera shot? He's like, I'm here, guys.
Like
playing.
Swings down with that terrible Darth Vader mask he wore when he beat Flash. I'm like, wow. All right, players are on stage. I'm not looking. I know you saw.
I already took a look.
I'm not going to
say anything.
All right, I'm not looking. The players are getting their stage directions. The lights are down. And for Jin Air Green Wings, this final game of the regular season is so important. They need to win it. Will they bring Maru? Will they bring SOS? Let's find out. It's time for the reveal.
Who's it gonna be? Deer versus Rogue for the ace match of Samsung versus Jin Air. No Stork, no Hyun,
So
no
sad.
Creator.
So
None
sad.
of that, but we will get to see a very fantastic match here.
Such great sports striptease to play. I don't think I've ever seen players smile that big before an ace match. By the way, again, Rogue has never beaten a non-Zest Protoss this season. This could be his first chance.
Can he break the streak? We'll find out after a short commercial.